Aloha, y'all. It is Monday, named after the moon, Moon Day, and esoterically ruled by the moon. Moon Day, the 19th of May. The sun is in Taurus, the moon is in Aquarius. I'll reference the astrology as we go along. The cards I've pulled for the day are the Four of Wands, the King of Pentacles, and the Galactic Heritage card is 104, Leaving Home, the Asasani, which has two people and some psychedelic stuff. Oh, look, two people and some psychedelic stuff. Psychedelic mushrooms down here. The gold at the end of the rainbow, dare we say, the little nature gold, the mushrooms. But let's go ahead and read what's cracking here. So, the Four of Wands. If you're a wand, you're a fire sign. And that would be the Aries, the Leo, and the Sagittarius kids of the group. And wands are all about fire, tenacity, zeal, heart, the magic of spirit, basically, and the will. So on page 108, which is the number of mala beads in a Buddhist prayer necklace, setting the stage for celebration, communicating and building your pillars of relationship and achieving a beautiful balance. Four of Wands, page 108, I enroll others in the strength of my vision, right? Sun conjunct Uranus, exactly, basically, in Taurus, and that is trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius. The moon is in Aquarius. We're doing our own thing and electrifying our own paths, but we're doing it in congruence with the group. We're all doing this wake-up call together. The royal we, as the Big Lebowski would say. Anyway, the Four of Wands is about creating empowering and potentializing relationships and establishing strong physical and emotional foundations upon which to build a life. In the card artwork, a futuristic couple walk hand in hand across a walkway. The artwork is done by David DeAngelis. He's been on my podcast a few times, so if you don't know about the Team Rabbit Hole podcast, very Moon and Aquarius, get on that wave. 311 episodes. At their feet, we can notice a crack in the structure, which indicates they are together, but there is space in their togetherness, right? Mars and Leo is like you got your own path to tread. Mars and Leo is trining Venus and Aries. You got to do your own thing, but that Mars is opposite the Moon and Aquarius. It's like you're together, but you're separate. You're doing your own thing, but you're on a team also. The Four Wands representing the four pillars of life: relationship slash love, body slash physical, purposeful work, and spiritual development float on either side of the couple. It can be said that your life is as strong as your weakest pillar. Therefore, the ultimate key is to achieve balance. Building the pillar of relationships, for example, means I can't think. You have people in your life who recognize and perhaps even identify with your talents, gifts, and potential. Jupiter and Gemini, your friends, see you for you. They can help you create the conditions for honesty. Mercury and Taurus, keeping it real. Acknowledging your strength and assisting you in seeing and addressing your weaknesses, giving you feedback as difficult as this can be in a way that helps you to evolve. Saturn in Pisces, North Node in Pisces. The physical pillar is concerned with health, your positive life affirming connection to your body, the sacred vessel which carries you through life. Sun in Taurus, conjunct Uranus in Taurus. It is not only concerning the way you give it nourishment and sustenance, but the activities that enliven and build its healing power and strength. It too addresses the physical environment of your home, which provides the sanctuary in which to rest, nurture, and reinvigorate yourself with life. The purposeful work pillar is built on shaping and purposefully using your talents and abilities in the case, or the cause rather, of something to not only inspire you, Mars and Leo, but empower you and inspire and enliven others as well. Mars opposite Moon in Aquarius. In return, receiving money and resources to further sustain and develop your gifts. Mercury and Sun in Taurus. Uranus and Taurus conjunct the Sun. The final spiritual pillar is created and built through the knowledge, discipline, and commitment to conscious spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer, journeying, and the sacred arts. Jupiter and Gemini, North Node in Pisces, Saturn in Pisces. If we become over-invested in one area of the structure, it becomes unstable. The four pillars can be viewed as the supports of a bridge which leads from the head or mind to the heart. Love, strength, insight, and logic can travel between the head and the heart, creating an open exchange or a unified being. In the artwork, the couple are looking intently at one another, communicating a depth of relationship, commitment, and togetherness. Behind them, we see a tall building with a golden flower of life geometry rising up the middle, denoting the power of creation and the rich interconnectedness of life. The imposing architectural structure they are walking from tells us this relationship is backed by the power of something established. Sun and Taurus. We are witnessing a marriage or ceremony of union. Their relationship has been witnessed. Moon and Aquarius. The Four of Wands invites you to look at the structure of your life as a whole. Practically all of us will have pillars or aspects of how we live that are weaker, compromising the integrity of what we wish to build. What pillar of yours needs care and attention? This card points to the possibility of achieving a beautiful balance, steadily working away at each aspect of your life, sharing your experiences with those you love and respect, enrolling others with the vision you have of yourself and inspiring them to live theirs, right? We're lights along the way to inspire and turn each other on, basically, and ourselves. So the Four of Wands, setting the stage for celebration, communicating and building your pillars of relationship, and achieving a beautiful balance. The clarifying card is the King of Pentacles. If you are a Pentacle, you are an earth sign, right? So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is your suit, and this is the earthy, the grounded, practical part of what? The material, like the real things, the pentacles. On page 98, I have mastered the art of success, Sun and Taurus, conjunct Uranus, the genius of embodiment, right? The revolution of embodiment and practicality and value. So the King of Pentacles, being stable and tenacious, sometimes being a workaholic, refining your aesthetic, commitment to the path you are on, and respecting and valuing the items in your charge. Mercury and Taurus, right? We love what we value. So I think the idea here is that we can really, as individuals, be part of a collective, which is the both and, right? Not either or. Jupiter and Gemini, the paradox, and we're walking each other home, right? We're going following the rainbow to the end is the leprechaun's gold. That's where the value is. But the irony is that, the gold at the end of the rainbow they're walking towards is the journey as much as the destination, right? So we're refining and we're balancing all the aspects in order to basically shine and polish our diamond selves, which has always been the case, but we've forgotten in ignorance or whatever. So on page, or number rather, 102, I believe. Nope, 104. Here we go. 104 from the Galactic Heritage deck on page 143. Leaving home, parallel timeline. The Essassani, a cross between humans and Zetas, eventually had to integrate all their lessons, evolve as a species, and leave home, walk into their own future, and find their own path. Humanity is facing this challenge now as we struggle to find ourselves. You too are at this crucial nexus point of evolution. Sun conjunct Uranus and Taurus, trining Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius as well. This is a beautiful yet bittersweet place to be. Jupiter and Gemini, paradox, both and, not one or the other. Beautiful and bittersweet, yin yang, right? It's not either or, it's both. You must do your spiritual homework, Saturn in Pisces, North Node in Pisces. Make conscious and courageous choices, Mars and Leo, trining Venus and Aries, and find your own path. Do not fear who you truly are. This represents the potential for a new birth and the importance of consciously creating your future starting now. The Essassani species is a hybrid of human and Zeta, which is like the Greys, and is highly evolved, but they did not have role models in the same way we do. They were true pioneers. Their evolutionary path was very lonely in some ways, and they had to consistently walk into the unknown. If you pulled this card, its message can vary. Most likely, the card is telling you that you may have to leave home, metaphorically, like a teenager does when she or he becomes an adult. You may have to make some choices to walk a path that is solitary, but authentic for you, rather than what society, religion, or family pressures you choose to be or choose. Uranus conjunct Sun exactly, right? Basically, it's a degree off. It's like we're revolutionizing and waking up and getting the call and changing our values and our stability, basically, our world. So it's make sure, however, there's a warning. If you choose to walk a unique path that is different from those around you, make sure it is done because the path is an authentic expression of who you are rather than a rebellion against what you don't like. This is a very important distinction. Rebelliousness always attaches you to unhealed issues. Perhaps this card is telling you that it's time to begin to embrace your own unique, authentic self. This unique, authentic self is not an expression of ego, Mars opposite Moon in Aquarius. It is simply an expression of the natural flow of the universe working through the physical expression of you on this earth plane. No matter which meaning is appropriate for you, listen closely for the inner whisperings about the next step. In the end, we all must have the courage to leave home in order to recognize our true home, right? We're all walking each other home, but we have to be ourselves and get through accountability and awareness, polish our stones in order to be this Indra's net diamond of the sacred geometry. That's where the gold is. That's where the alchemical philosopher's stone gold is. And they're walking each other home as individuals towards the new, right? Leaving home to get to the higher home in a sense. So hopefully this has resonated. If it has, leave a tip, tag people, share it, whatever's clever. I do astrology readings for 3 hours. It's 150 USD. Card readings for an hour is 50 USD. If it's your birthday, it's half off. So take advantage of that when you can. Happy birthday to you. And if you get somebody to come to me for either astrology or tarot or whatever pendulums, you get half off yourself on tarot cards. So enjoy your moon day. Check out the Team Rabbit Hole podcast. and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.